What's up, everybody? So, I'm going to continue this dog theme. Um, this is Gizmo, and we found Gizmo. Well, my wife found him. He kind of just was walking in the middle of the street like those pit bulls, and he jumped in her car, and now, he's part of our family, so, and yeah, he's a good little dog, very lovable. So, I want to tell this story. Uh, well, first of all, let me get to the update of yeah, I'm still not smoking. I'm still thinking about, you know, not doing the surgery, but I'm going to do it. I'm just like trying to mentally get myself there. Like I'm pushing myself. And actually, I got like 2 more days before the money that we put up is not refundable. It's like $2,000. And, I ain't going to let that slide. So either I do it or I don't. So it's do or die in the next couple of days. No pun intended. But so I just yeah, he's like all about love. This dog. So yeah, that we found him. He had no chip, so he doesn't belong to anybody. Well, he did, but I'm sure that they didn't chip him. So finders keepers, and we've had him for about a year now, and he's just adorable. But anyway, so today's story, I'm going to tell a story. Um, this story goes back to 1983, something like that. I was just about to turn 17, and me and my friends decided to go to this nightclub in Mays Landing, New Jersey, called the Chez Paris at the time. And it was like five of us. We went down there, and we had drugs on us. My buddies, they had meth on them, and weed, and I had a gun on me. And they all flipped out when they found out I had a gun, but they're carrying meth and weed. Like, why do you care about a gun? Well, it makes the charges uh, more bad. It just makes it worse when they find a gun with drugs. It just ups the charges, of course, and just makes it worse. So yeah, they were not happy. But anyway, so we're in the club. I go to the club, and it's like, my birthday is like the weekend of Halloween. So everybody was either dressed up or they were in costume. And I remember sitting on this big couch, and I'm just stoned out of my head. And I look up and I see this a clown, talking to this guy who's wearing a denim jacket, jeans, and sunglasses. And and it just looked odd to me. But I just let it go. So as the night progressed, we decided we want to go home. And two of the guys that we were with, we walked up to them. Me and my two other buddies walked up to them like, "Yo, we're gonna leave." Now we're in Jersey and we're from Philly, and they're like, "No, no, we're good. We're gonna stay here." We found that odd, but we was like, "Okay, well, because people know people." I'm like, "Okay, it's cool, whatever." So we get in the car and we start driving, and as we're driving, my buddy says, "Yo, roll up a joint." So my friend who's driving, it's his car. He's like, "No, no, no, wait till we get on the highway." And my other buddy's like, "Man, fuck that. Just roll that shit." So I started to roll this joint in the back seat on an album cover, and the gun is underneath the seat in front of me. So all of a sudden I look up, I see red and blue. And I'm like, man, that's some pretty colors. Oh shit, it's the cops. So I bend down to put the album cover underneath the seat. And before I could even bend back up, I have a gun pointed in the window. And he's like, if you move, I'll blow your head off. I'm like, I stayed in that position, bent over. When they opened the door and yanked me out, I stayed in that position. So, all of a sudden they search the car, they find the weed, they don't find the meth, they find the gun. And they're like, so what are we going to do with this? So we're not talking, none of us. And they take us down, they book us, the whole nine, you know. And they put us in they walk us into the holding cells, and there's must be like 50 people in there, because it's the weekend, people getting locked up. And the place just erupts as soon as we walk in. And my buddy's like, F you, and, he's just going off on them. I'm like, oh, we're going to have a battle here. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I will post part 2 of going to jail.